Yep, I did restart OBS. Well, it seems to be capturing Fallout 4 now instead of my monitor, which is always a good thing. Yeah, sure. Try it again, shall we? Well, that's weird. Look at that. Oh, that's because of one of the mods I have. It gives me a better console, so I didn't know if I just pressed up before setting anything else I'd have access to all these commands. Alright, alright. We want to do... scrap all. And... toggle 3 camera. So you can see it's not terribly large of an area. It's actually kind of depressing that it doesn't extend to the church or most of the frickin' town. But I've gone over my thoughts about how Jamaica Plains is depressing in that regards. Really isn't too much to say though. Got a building here that we cannot enter. There really isn't too much space to work with. That's Jamaica Plains. Yeah. Murkwater construction site. With my luck, I'll get there and there'll be a frickin' Mirelurk Queen attacking. Scrap all and toggle free camera. There we go. So we can see here, this area is actually pretty good. We've got a lot of water to work with. And really, there is nothing here that's considered a unscrappable object. So you could do a lot here if you were using like the spring cleaning mod that I'm using, which allows you to scrap a few other items like walls. It's a nice spot, to say the least. Toggle for camera. And let's see, what's the next closest one? I suppose that's technically closer when we're going west to east. That's a little bit more realistic. this lovely little remote that comes with some super bright LED strips. If you go to my boob tube channel, I did a review on these super bright LED strips. I just chained 2 of them together. Ran them around the back wall and sides of my room. As you can see, it's not covering the front of the room. Once I get my financial aid for the coming spring term, I plan to get a few more and use them to wire up the rest of my house, because the rest of my house doesn't have the best lighting either. I actually have them wired up in my bathroom right now as well. My bathroom's lighting is very weird. I can either have the fan on and lights, the lights on but no, or the lights on but no fan. I can't actually have just the fan running with no lights on. So supplementally, lights allows me to actually have the fan on without having to have the super bright main lights on. Anyway, we are getting off topic. Warwick Homestead. Scrapple. Toggle free camera. So what do we got in Warwick to work with? Well, there's a big wall along one side. Not too terribly much else to talk about, is there? It's got a few buildings here and there. Some water spots, but generally speaking, I mean, you can certainly do something with the space. There's a lot of space, but there's also a lot of buildings. And let's see. The castle. Yep, that's our next closest spot. So what happens when you scrap the castle? What's your space look like? I suspect it's not going to look much different than pre-scrap, but I suspect the main wall and the central piece there are unscrappable. I might have a few less things on the interior, but yeah. Scrap all. And toggle free camera. So it looks like the primary stuff we got here at the castle. Well, that's nice and clean, isn't it? We've got the central point here, which we can't scrap. The chair you can, the table you can scrap, you just can't scrap the radio that you broadcast from. It's certainly got some potential. I will say this, a fully scrapped castle has a nice base to work from. I especially love how clean that grass is up there. But there's certainly some potential. Most definitely. A lot of potential in the castle. course, it does extend beyond the borders. That means you also have to set the water supply and all that as well. But still... not a bad setup, all things considered. That always strikes me as weird that it shows up on my menu for supply lines, but I can't actually set a supply line going there. That's them! Super Knight. That is them. There's a few things that Super Knight makes. They have some waterproof ones, they have some non-waterproof ones. These particular ones are the non-waterproof ones, but I have the waterproof ones in my bathroom, and the waterproof ones are the first ones I did, so... That's them. Alright, Boston Airport.
Ah, the airport. Once a must.
Alright, enter into build mode. And... scrap it all. And toggle over camera. I have to admit, it's a little bit depressing, isn't it? The Boston Airport really isn't the best build space, and you have very limited building options as well. Still, worth taking a look at, for the very least. And let's see, Nordhog Beach or Bunker Hill. Nordhog is technically closer. That is kind of eerie, isn't it? Alright. Scrap all. Toggle free camera. So Nordhog Beach has a nice wide space. And it looks like the only building that's required is this one here, which has a couple of beds in it that you can't remove either. It's not a bad space. I must admit, the Nordhog Beach is not a bad space. No, I'm not with the Minutemen. I'm with Twitch. Bunker Hill.
Well, that must have seen better days.
Scrap everything. Toggle free camera.
Someone went through. great deal of trouble to fortify this place.
Not much going on at Bunker Hill. Don't have a lot of space to really do your own thing. That's kind of to be expected.
Gotta help. They kidnapped my friend.
Don't care. What's the next one? Tappington Boathouse? Tappington Boat. No, County Crossing. Grab everything. Toggle free camera. So not much. We've got the main spot here at County Crossing. Actually, it looks like County Crossing is pretty good homemaker's dream, isn't it? It's the only thing that seems to have been maintained is the work table. Five left. Scrap everything. Toggle free camera. Alright, so first off we have a pretty decent plot of land to work with. I mean, the big problem with Taffington is most of its space is underwater. See over here. There really isn't too much to talk about. Now, from what I've been told, you can actually build underwater as well. But you can see that underwater space doesn't go too far. Still, interesting nonetheless. And let's see. I guess Green Top Nursery. Alright, scrap everything! free camera. So Green Top, pretty good space. It looks like it's a lot bigger than Grey Garden. You have a lot of open space here to build on. And the only thing that's really maintained is the greenhouse, which is completely empty, of course. That's a pretty good spot. Character. The Slog. Alright. That button. Here's the button I'm looking for. Scrap everything. You could try looking for them on Amazon Canada. I mean, just try to find the same, because I bought mine through Amazon, so try just going to Amazon's Canada site and seeing if they have the same item there. Toggle free camera. Toggle free camera. That's what I was looking for. Got a little bit distracted. Now here's the Slug, which... Now that's kind of amusing, isn't it? We scrapped the pool. The lights are still here. They're unscrappable. Still got the huge puddle of water. Bunch of unscrappable beds.
Tighten this.
Arlene over here. Harlan. Finch Farm. There we go. Scrap it all! Toggle free camera. We have a decent space to work from. No buildings are maintained, though, ironically, 4 beds are maintained. I love the fact that we scrapped all the buildings, but these 4 beds, I can't get rid of them. And if I recall correctly, Finch Farm's actually build area is pretty tall. You can actually build up onto the overpass here. Where is the border? See? Because the overpass is actually within the build area. And you can build, I think, 4 levels higher. So Finch Farms has got a huge vertical space to work from. And lastly, Croup Mana. enter into build mode. Scrap everything! Toggle free camera. This is going to be a fun one, isn't it? Let's first get our height up. So, not the biggest of spaces. Yeesh, and look at the stuff that's unscrappable. Part of the building. There's like chunks of the building are unscrappable, well, not the entire, but other parts are scrappable. It's probably because of spring cleaning mod, but still. An interesting space, to say the least. An interesting space. Like just this random sinkhole. Another random sinkhole. But yeah, that would be everything, folks. I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And, I guess that'll do it for tonight. I'll see you all in the future. I hope you had some fun scrapping everything with me.